Hey hunters, Wobe here from Platinum Intel. Sony has just dropped the full lineup of games joining the PlayStation Plus catalogue, and we've got a packed month ahead. This update brings 8 new titles, all joining the catalogue on November 18th, ranging from massive open world adventures to indie horror and tactical shooters. Plus, we're also getting a classic edition with Tomb Raider Anniversary. Red Dead Redemption will be arriving a little later than everything else, officially joining the catalogue on December 2nd, alongside its brand new PS5 release. Some of these platinums are surprisingly chill, others are long hauls, and a few come with very spicy missables. So with that in mind, let's take a look at what's new in the PlayStation Plus catalogue. First up is Grand Theft Auto 5, available on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, developed by Rockstar North, and originally released on November 18th, 2014 for PS4, with the enhanced PS5 version on March 15th, 2022. Los Santos needs no introduction. This massive open world playground blends action, comedy, crime, and chaos into one of the most iconic sandboxes ever made. You'll jump between 3 protagonists, pull off cinematic heists, and explore one of the most detailed worlds Rockstar has ever created. Critics scored it an incredible 97, praising its world design and mission variety, while players rated it an 8.3, highlighting just how well the game has aged across all 3 console generations. Grand Theft Auto 5 has an ultra-rare platinum with 51 base game trophies. The list sits at around a 4 out of 10 difficulty, offering a manageable hunt overall, with Solid Gold Baby being one of the harder trophies in the list. You'll only need one full playthrough of the story, but expect lots of post-story cleanup. Altogether, you're looking at 200 plus hours to finish everything. It's one of the longest journeys in this month's editions. Grand Theft Auto 5 has 17 online trophies, and while many can be boosted, you'll still need 1 to 3 friends to help with several requirements. It's worth making a plan early or recruiting a group before diving in. There are also several lengthy grinds. Above the Law, which requires reaching level 100 in GTA Online, is easily the longest, but you'll also spend time chasing 30 platinum awards online, 70 gold medals across story missions, and of course, 100% completion in single player. Speaking of that 100%, GTA does include some buggy trophies, including the 100% completion trophy itself, so keep frequent manual saves and double check requirements as you go. For missables, there are at least 7 trophies you can accidentally lock yourself out of, so planning ahead will save you hours or potentially an entire second playthrough. Now for the DLC trophies. If you're chasing the full 100%, GTA 5 includes 27 DLC trophies across the 3 free updates. First is the Heists update, which adds 9 trophies at about a 3 out of 10 difficulty, taking roughly 20 plus hours. These are all online trophies, so make sure you've got a reliable heist team ready to go. Next is the Rockstar Editor update, adding another 10 trophies. This one also sits at a 3 out of 10 difficulty and takes around 8 hours to complete. A creative mode where you put together short films using a built-in editor. And finally, the big one, the Doomsday Heist update. It adds 8 trophies with a noticeably higher 6 out of 10 difficulty, and you can expect another 50 plus hours on top of everything else. This is where the infamous Mastermind trophy lives, and yes, it's still a wall for most hunters, even today. A massive undertaking, but if you're a fan of the series and somehow haven't started GTA 5 yet, this might be the perfect moment. Moving on, we've got Pacific Drive, available on PlayStation 5, developed by Ironwood Studios and released on February 22nd, 2024. This one's a unique blend of survival, exploration, and roguelike driving as you navigate the mysterious Olympic exclusion zone from behind the wheel of your trusty, ever-breaking station wagon. It's atmospheric, strange, surprisingly cozy at times, and full of that indie charm that sets it apart from more than a traditional survival game. Critics scored it at a 79, praising its creativity and mood, while players came in at a 6.2, pointing out the more repetitive elements and the game's rougher edges. Pacific Drive has a very rare platinum, with 50 base game trophies. The list sits at a 3 out of 10 difficulty, making it a fairly relaxed platinum, with most of the challenge coming from learning the game's systems. You'll only need one playthrough to grab every trophy, and most of the list will come naturally just by exploring the zone and upgrading your car. Altogether, you're looking at 35 plus hours to finish everything. It's a comfortable mid-length survival experience, perfect for players looking for something unusual but not overly demanding. There are no online trophies to worry about, but there are a handful of grinds to keep in mind. Unlocking 600 logbook entries is the longest one, And you'll also grind out a trophy for unlocking really quite a lot of things in the fabrication station. You'll naturally unlock another grindy trophy while progressing through that same system. And finally, you'll need to knock down 1000 trees, which you can do with your car, and it's exactly as silly and as repetitive as it sounds. There are 2 potentially missable trophies as well, so like always, check a guide and plan ahead to avoid any unexpected second run. As for bugs, there are 3 trophies listed as buggy, but nothing too painful. Most just require performing 1 extra action or fulfilling a condition again to trigger the unlock. Pacific Drive does have a DLC expansion, but it doesn't add any new trophies, which is fantastic news for completionists who don't want to spend any extra money chasing that 100%. Pacific Drive is a creative, atmospheric, and surprisingly chill survival experience and a very approachable platinum. Following that is another standout indie title called Still Wakes the Deep. Available on PlayStation 5, developed by the Chinese Room and released on June 18th, 2024. This is a tense, atmospheric horror game set entirely on a collapsing oil rig in the middle of the North Sea. It leans heavily into environmental dread, isolation, and slow burn tension rather than combat, making every corner feel dangerous and every moment feel uneasy. Critics scored it at a 74, criticizing its slower pacing and limited interactivity, while players rated it a 7.5, praising its excellent world building, atmosphere, and emotional storytelling. Still Wakes the Deep has an uncommon platinum with 38 base game trophies. The list sits at a 3 out of 10 difficulty, making it fairly approachable for most hunters. You'll need 2 full playthroughs to grab everything, 1 blind run to enjoy the story and grab the collectibles, and another using the Scottish Gaelic language, while keeping your total amount of running time under 10 minutes across the entire playthrough. In total, you're looking at 10 plus hours to finish everything, making this one of the shorter and more manageable platinums in this month's lineup. There are no online trophies, but you'll encounter 1 light grind, picking up and throwing 50 different throwables. It's considered grindy because they don't spawn everywhere, so you'll need to stay alert and interact with every object you can along the way. The big concern here is 12 missables, which is a pretty sizable number, so if you want to avoid a 3rd playthrough, be sure to check a guide before you start. There are no bug trophies and no RNG trophies to worry about, which is always a relief in a horror title where pacing matters. Still Wakes the Deep has 1 paid DLC pack, adding 22 new trophies. It's a story expansion called Siren's Rest, sitting at a 2 out of 10 difficulty and taking roughly 3 hours to complete. It's a short, focused add-on that complements the base game nicely without overstaying its welcome. Still Wakes the Deep is a short, unsettling indie horror game with a low difficulty and nicely compact runtime. Coming in next is Insurgency Sandstorm, available on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, developed by New World Interactive and first released on consoles on September 29th, 2021. This is a grounded, team-focused tactical shooter built around tight firefights, limited HUD, and highly lethal combat. It leans heavily into realism, communication, and teamwork, giving every match a tense, boots-on-the-ground atmosphere. Critics scored it a 78, criticizing its rough edges and dated visuals, while players rated it an 8.0, praising its intense gunplay, authenticity, and strong co-op experience. Insurgency Sandstorm has an ultra-rare platinum with 31 base game trophies. The list sits at a 5 out of 10 difficulty, with most of the challenge coming from coordination, match-specific conditions, and the need to rely on teammates, which, let's be honest, never ends well. There's no story mode here, there is purely an online multiplayer platinum from start to finish. Overall, you're looking at 25 plus hours to finish everything, depending largely on how quickly you and your squad can coordinate your goals. The game includes 30 online trophies, and most of them can be boosted in co-op mode against AI. The only exception is the MVP trophy, which requires being the most valuable player in a match, something you'll usually need to earn legitimately rather than boosting. The grindiest trophy is Play to Win, which requires capturing 100 total objectives. It's a slow grind, but you'll naturally make progress while tackling the rest of the list. There are no missable trophies, no bug trophies, and no RNG trophies, making this a straightforward, though very multiplayer dependent list. Insurgency Sandstorm is a completely online multiplayer platinum. Not too hard if you've got a reliable group of friends to grind it out with. For something a little different, here's Thank Goodness You're Here, available on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, developed by Cole Super and released on August 1st, 2024. This is a bizarre, charming, and wonderfully chaotic indie comedy adventure where you stumble through a small British town causing problems, completing odd jobs, and meeting an unforgettable cast of characters. Critics scored it an 89, praising its humour, art direction, and unique tone, while players rated it a 7.8, noting that while it's hilarious and refreshing, it's definitely short. Thank Goodness You're Here has a common platinum with 33 base game trophies. The list sits at a 2 out of 10 difficulty, making it extremely approachable for trophy hunters of any skill. You'll need 2 full playthroughs to grab everything, one to enjoy the story and another to mop up the large number of missables. On average, you're looking at 4+ hours to finish everything, making this one of the quickest platinums in this month's lineup. There are no online trophies, no grinds, and no RNG. The major thing to watch out for here is missables. There are 22 missable trophies. Yes, 22. So, as always, check a guide before you start unless you want to accidentally add a third playthrough. Thank Goodness You're Here is an extremely short and funny little platinum. Next on the list is the Talos Principle 2, available on PlayStation 5, developed by Crow Team and released on November 2nd, 2023. This is a thoughtful and atmospheric sci-fi puzzle adventure that continues the philosophical storytelling of the first game. You'll explore massive open zones, solve increasingly creative puzzles, and uncover the mysteries of a post-human world. Critics scored it an 88, praising its well-designed, puzzle creativity, and narrative depth, while players rated it an 8.5, noting that despite its quality, some felt the pacing dragged and a few puzzles overstayed their welcome. The Talos Principle 2 has an uncommon platinum with 60 base game trophies. The list sits around the 3 out of 10 difficulty, making it far more approachable than the first game, despite its larger scale. You'll only need 1 full playthrough if you prepare properly, as long as you keep track of the missables during your run. From start to finish, you're looking at 30+ hours to complete everything, making this a longer but very manageable puzzle adventure for the month. There are no online trophies, no grinds, no bug trophies, and no RNG. The challenge is almost entirely puzzle based. The main thing to watch out for is the missables. There are 16 missable trophies, so if you want the platinum in a single run, it's highly recommended to follow a step-by-step guide. The Talos Principle 2 has 1 paid DLC expansion, Road to Elysium, adding 9 additional trophies. The time and difficulty for this expansion are currently unknown, but it continues the story with new puzzles. A clever, atmospheric sci-fi puzzle game, slightly longer but much easier than the first. Coming up next is Monster Jam Showdown, available on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, developed by Milestone and released on August 29th, 2024. This is an arcade-style monster truck racer focused on flashy stunts, destructive environments, and over-the-top competitive events. It's loud, chaotic, and leans fully into the spectacle you'd expect from a Monster Jam title, perfect for fans who love big trucks and bigger jumps. Critics scored it at a 70, praising its fun factor, accessible controls, and faithful Monster Jam presentation, while players rated it a 6.8, noting repetitive gameplay and lack of long-term depth. Monster Jam Showdown has a rare platinum with 51 base game trophies. The difficulty is currently unknown and no full trophy guide exists yet, so information is limited. What we do know is that the fastest achiever managed to earn 100% completion in under 3 days, but only 65 players total across both PS4 and PS5 have the platinum, suggesting there may be hidden difficulty spikes or online hurdles to overcome. There do appear to be online trophies, so expect to take part in online multiplayer races to secure the platinum. Beyond that, the number of playthroughs and estimated hours are still unknown. Monster Jam Showdown has 1 paid DLC pack, titled Aloha Expansion, adding 12 additional trophies. The time and difficulty for this expansion are also unknown, as no reliable player data or guides currently exist. Monster Jam Showdown is a flashy arcade racer with rare platinum and very little trophy information available. Next up is MotoGP 25, available on PlayStation 5, developed by Milestone SRL and released on April 30th, 2025. This entry continues Milestone's long-running simulation racing series, offering realistic bike handling, full championship modes, and the officially licensed 2025 MotoGP season. It leans heavily into precision racing and rider control, making it a solid pick for fans of two-wheeled motorsport. Critics scored it at a 78, praising its realism, handling improvements, and strong presentation, while players rated it a 6.1, noting performance issues and repetitive progression. MotoGP 25 has an uncommon platinum with 51 base game trophies. The list sits at a 4 out of 10 difficulty, offering a balanced mix of skill-based racing challenges and structured season progression. You'll need to complete 4 short seasons plus some extra cleanup. Overall, you're looking at 20 plus hours to finish everything, making this one of the more manageable simulation racing platinums this month. There are 4 online trophies, requiring you to race against others in online modes, including at least 1 ranked match, so expect to spend a bit of time matchmaking. Nothing is overly grindy, as most trophies unlock naturally while you work through championships and mode-specific tasks, which is excellent news for anyone who wants a clean and predictable trophy experience. Last but not least is Red Dead Redemption, available on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, developed by Double 11, with the PS4 version originally releasing on August 17th, 2023. Both versions will be joining the PlayStation Plus Catalogue when the PS5 release goes live on December 2nd, 2025. This remaster brings Rockstar's iconic Western sandbox back to modern hardware, following John Marston as he hunts down members of his former gang across stunning, hostile American frontier. It's a story-driven, open-world adventure filled with gunfights, side activities, and one of the most memorable narratives in gaming. Critics scored it at an 83, praising its timeless story, improved performance, and faithful presentation, while players rated it an 8.0, noting that while the visuals are cleaner, the remaster doesn't add much new content and still feels mechanically dated. Red Dead Redemption has a rare platinum with 52 base game trophies. The list sits at a 4 out of 10 difficulty, offering a fair challenge while still being very approachable for most players. You'll need 2 playthroughs, one for the main story and another to clean up specific requirements and collectibles. On average, you're looking at 40 plus hours to finish everything, making it a substantial but very rewarding platinum hunt. One of the biggest improvements over the original PS3 release is that there are no online trophies at all. Everything can be done solo in the single player modes. There are 5 grindy trophies to watch out for. 3 for earning 500 kills with different weapon categories, 2 for achieving 100% completion in both the base game and the Undead Nightmare expansion content. There is 1 missable trophy, which requires you to stick with the same horse for 20 story missions. Just be mindful not to swap or lose your horse during the early chapters and you'll be fine. There are no bug trophies to report, but there is 1 RNG trophy. You'll need to win a game of Liar's Dice without losing a single die. This can take a few minutes or several hours. A legendary open world adventure with a clean, offline only trophy list and one of the best stories in gaming. And for Premium and Deluxe members, we're also getting Tomb Raider Anniversary, available on both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Originally released in 2007 as a full remake of the very first Tomb Raider, Anniversary retells Lara Croft's debut adventure with updated visuals, improved controls, and redesigned levels, all while keeping the spirit of the 1996 classic intact. As usual, trophy details haven't been confirmed yet, so we'll have to wait and see whether the version includes a trophy list. Still, it's a fantastic piece of Tomb Raider history and a great chance to experience Lara's origins in a more modernized form. And that's the full lineup of new games joining the PlayStation Plus Catalogue this month. Whether you're diving in for a massive platinum journey, knocking out a quick indie, or saving your energy for Red Dead Redemption on December 2nd, there's plenty here to keep you busy. Let us know which game you're jumping into first or which platinum you're aiming for down in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for our monthly PS Plus Catalogue trophy deep dives. Thanks for watching, and as always, good hunting.